Welcome to All Gen Gamers, a podcast for people in video games of all generations. Starring Pete Dorr, Happy Console Gamer, Gamester81, and Jason Heine.
Hey guys, welcome back to episode 26 of All Gen Gamers. I am Johnny Millennium of the Happy Console Gamer Show, and we're joined always by Pete Dorr, Pete's Game Room.
Hello.
Hello, Pete.
It's funny because people don't realize when we all get on Skype together, that's always how I introduce myself.
New York. And before we were like, hey,
what's up?
Hey.
You sound like a decrepit old man. Hey,
like you're hungover or some shit.
Yeah, come on. And we're also joined by Gamester81, John.
Hey. What's up?
And Jason, the EMU Review.
Hey guys.
Great. And our special guest today is Adam Agro of the show Red South City on YouTube. How's it going, Adam?
Hey everybody, what's going on? Very excited to be here.
Hey, you sound excited. You sound more excited than Pete to be here.
Yeah. I didn't know what to wear for the show, so
it's okay. No
nervous.
pants for everybody. We're explicit now, so we can go a little bit crazy.
Oh, sweet.
We're all going bottomless.
It's always usually no pants, you know.
Gotcha.
Kind of a no,
all right.
Now. Kind of a no rule now. So we came in not really knowing what we were gonna do, and we just thought, why don't we talk about just because Adam does a show where he talks about glitches and it's called Glitchbusters. And I got to say, I get a chance to actually say to you, I've never got a chance to say to you how much I actually enjoy that show. I remember the one that you guys did with Zelda, where you actually have to get knocked by the bombs back into that hole.
Yep, the Chris
Remember that one,
hand
Adam?
glitch.
I couldn't believe that. I was like, there's so many glitches out there. I thought with games that I liked, I kind of knew a few. I don't know any. There's so many. And especially in really popular games, like say A Link to the Past, So I just thought today we just go round robin and just talk about them in a kind of general type of way. So, yeah.
You know, when it comes to glitches, that's like a whole art in itself because you either have to come across them by accident, which, you know, depending on the game can be rare or not rare, you know what I mean? And then seeking them out. I mean, that's a whole game in just itself. That's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I know, Adam, you probably know all about it.
Adam, how do you find the glitches?
Yeah.
You just play a game, you find it, or you kind of research it, or how does it work?
Well, it really depends. Research is kind of not a good idea with the use of ROM hacks and stuff like that. You never know what's real and what's fake, so I usually don't research too much, aside from Nintendo powers and then what friends have done and what I've done in the past. And then that's why we made Glitchbusters, is because we watch these videos that could be done on a ROM. For all we know, we have no idea. Could just be like a ROM error. And then we go, okay, if this is possible, we'll be able to do this on this real physical cart in front of everybody right now. And we'll say if you can actually do it on the physical game or not. It's an awesome premise. It really is.
Yeah, that's brilliant. I think that's the coolest idea, really.
It's like Mythbusters.
Yeah, it's totally so cool.
Yeah.
The only thing that I think must be nuts is you guys, because I've seen the videos, have to repeat the glitch over and over and over again. You guys must go at least 50, 60, if not more times, just trying to to try to replicate that glitch if it does exist, right?
Yeah, you have no idea how much work actually goes into it, especially if we want to recreate it on a live show, which, building credibility is the most important part of being a glitcher, because you have to make sure people trust you. And most of these YouTubers that do glitches don't even show their face. They don't have their voice on the track. They just show some title cards or annotations and then show you the glitch, and you'll just waste time not being able to do it.
What is your favorite glitch? I'm kind of putting you in the spot right now, but what is the coolest one that you guys have kind of proved true? That you're like, whoa, this actually does exist.
Before he speaks, though, I want to say, I don't know, this might be his favorite. The one with Master Hand and Melee. I didn't even know about that until you guys did the video.
Yeah,
that was amazing. And what you have to do, I know someone figured out how to unlock them after all these years, but just performing it to play as Master Hand was unbelievable. How many times you have to... What's the process of that again?
Oh man, I don't remember. There's a one player one that you can do that is exceptionally hard, and there's another one where you have a controller plugged into the first port and the third port, and then I think you have to be like hovering over a character while the other person is selected, and then hit like start and back at the same time. I don't remember exactly how to do it. I haven't seen that video in a long time, and it was actually my buddy Spike who performed that because I could not get that going.
It's amazing you just discovered that, so random.
It's like, who finds this shit? You know what I mean?
Really?
It's like, this is insane to find this sort of thing.
Well, it was rumored, and we just had to perform it and see if we can actually make it happen, and we did, and that was awesome.
You almost wonder, like, when you hear the rumors, there's tons of rumors out there on glitches, but you kind of wonder, where do they come from? Because, I mean, like, just look at what you had to do there. Hover over a character, a controller in port 1 and port 3, hit back and start, and play Twister naked. You have to do all this crazy shit. You know what I mean? Like, who starts that? Do you think that some of these rumors may come from developers?
Yeah, that could very, very well be. I'm actually researching right now if developers adding in glitches and Easter eggs as part of DLC and patches, because we've actually been debating the Batman Arkham City Easter egg that they said was in Arkham Asylum the entire time, and I don't believe that to be true whatsoever. I think that they added that in a patch, but I haven't had the chance to research that yet.
Interesting.
What is that Easter egg, Adam? I'm sorry, fill me in.
An Easter egg is something that was purposely put in the game that references something else. It could be just about anything. I mean, like they had the Donkey Kong heads in the mountains in 007 on the Nintendo 64. In some games, you can just find Easter eggs just because it was funny. The Abe Lincoln Shrine in Fallout 3. The door that you open up the door and it just says "fuck you" in really big letters in Fallout 3. Those are all Easter eggs. Just stuff that was purposely put there for you to find that you wouldn't find if you went the linear path or did the shit you're supposed to do.
Sure. Movies do the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the Little Mermaid's big dick on the front.
Yeah, on the castle. I remember that.
Yeah.
I remember that.
My favorite.
I was going to say, before I interrupted Adam, what was your favorite glitch?
My favorite is the infinite weapon glitch in Kirby's Adventure, because you can get a weapon like the sword and you can keep it through the entire game. Even if you get hit or damaged, it doesn't matter. You keep it, and it basically turns it into like a hack and slash at that point. Or if you get the UFO, you actually have the UFO the entire time. You can get hit, you still have the UFO. So it changes the entire way the game is played out. Like, you don't have to worry about sucking in enemies or anything like that. You just go around and slice them up.
How do you do that? How do you?
Yeah, I was saying, Adam, can you please tell us how to do that? Because I love that game.
Well, we did make a video for that one that fully explains it. But essentially, what you do is you go into a level and you complete it, and then what you do is you pick an ability, one that actually changes Kirby's stance, like the sword or the UFO. And what you do is you can just hit start and select at the same exact time, and if you do it right, you exit the level and you still have your sword in the level select stage area, and then you can just keep entering and playing games, and you can get hit, and as long as you don't die or hit select, you will continuously have that weapon.
Oh my god!
Wow, that's awesome.
That's amazing.
Yeah. a lot of people were saying that you had to get hit by an enemy while simultaneously pausing or hitting select. I don't know if you can do it that way, but let's face it, pausing and hitting select and exiting the level, way fucking easier.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, but we do have a video on it, so if you are interested or have an original copy of that, definitely check that out, because
I'm gonna look at that.
Awesome game.
I'm watching the video right now. Kirby running around with his sword.
Yeah, it's very easy to pull off, and it changes the gameplay just drastically. We get tons of people who go back and play these games just to try out the new stuff that we showed them that you could do, which is awesome.
Yeah.
And sometimes we get video responses, which is even cooler.
Kind of reminds me in Super Mario Brothers 1 where you could be small with fire.
Yep, we did that one too.
Yeah, that's cool.
That one is awesome.
Funny.
Good for speed.
Yeah, it's funny about talking about all these glitches. It just kind of gets me thinking, like, what are my favorite glitches? Like, Jason, like, what are your favorite glitches? Do you like? Because we were talking about that earlier, that you played a lot of first-person shooters. You said you were part of some clan. You did a lot of crazy stuff like that. Yeah.
Well, what we did is, okay, so back in the day, I probably lost a good 3 or 4 years of my life to Day of Defeat. It's a Counter-Strike, mod done by Valve. A lot of people know about it. It's a first-person shooter. Anyway, when you play a game for so many years, And Adam, and you know this too. It's like when you play a game for so long, it's like watching a movie over and over. You pick something out, right, that you didn't see before.
Yeah, absolutely.
Same thing with a game. So when you play a game for so many years, you start finding shit. You start finding glitches. You start finding exploits. You start finding all this crazy stuff, right? Well, in that game specifically, me and my cousins, we created a clan called Glitch Masters, and we just went around, all of us, and like I would host servers or we'd go into empty servers and just find glitches and do that sort of thing. But I found so many glitches in that game, like where you can physically like jump on top of buildings, where people couldn't shoot, like you could shoot through walls at the very top, like you stick your gun through like a wall or something and you could shoot out, but they couldn't hit you. Like crazy glitches like that. Like, and I'm never one for like hacking or cheating. Like I have never done that except for Game Genie, but that doesn't count. But so like I'd never do that, but these glitches and these exploits are just hilarious. So we do stuff like that. I found some glitches in that game where you can jump. Like I found an invisible platform in the middle of the level. Like I got up on this platform, jumped off, and then all of a sudden I'm standing in air. I just found it. I mean, that's just fucked up. You know what I mean? To find that sort of thing.
Skybox.
So like I'm walking around, jumping around, doing all this crazy stuff, and but that was on Dave DeVete. I've got tons of stuff like that. So some of my best glitches will probably be in that game, just because I spent so much time on it, and there are really some crazy ones in that game.
I don't much like care for glitches in a PC in the new gen games because they can always get patched or fixed, and I hate that.
Oh yeah.
So you could like want to go back or show somebody, how to do that stuff, and then it's patched and you can't do it anymore, and that sucks.
Yeah, you got to get that older stuff, because the older stuff, that's the way it is. They don't support it anymore. They're done selling it. They're done making their money. There you go. Bottom line, there it is.
I mean, you can still do it with Wii games because they don't update. So
yeah, true.
That's cool.
But I was thinking some of my favorite glitches, that are I should say that are the most memorable to me. Well, obviously, because I'm a big Street Fighter fan, but Street Fighter 2 actually had glitches and had some really interesting ones. Did you guys ever hear about any of those? You must have, Jason.
Yeah, I've heard about them.
Yeah, they were the Guile handcuffs. Not a lot of people remember this now. Old schoolers do, but there's actually with Guile, you could jump in at somebody. I'm just trying to remember. I think it was you came down with the fierce punch, and then you held back. And you hit forward, and I think the kick really fast, and then pull back, and you'd freeze. And so Guile would be like standing there in one pose frozen. Now, the next bit I never knew how to do. I could freeze Guile in Street Fighter 2, but the other one was the handcuffs, where if some character got close to you, you could actually attach them to you. And you could be jumping around the screen with them, and then you could, do the handcuff maneuver again, and they'd fall off you. But it was a really cool technique at the time. And I remember Street Fighter had a lot of rumors back then. I remember one of the rumors was with Shang Long. You must defeat Shang Long to stand a chance or whatever. The rumor to actually unlock him was to do a slow fireball and then a fast hurricane kick, and you'd end up going into your own fireball and turning into Shang Long. I know people are like, oh, how preposterous. But back then you didn't know if that existed or not. You thought, maybe it does exist. That was a really cool one. I remember a lot of those. And I remember some of the other ones was where you could pick up the rock in Chun-Li stage and you could throw the rock. But, people would lie to you back then, too. They're like, I saw somebody do that once.
Yeah, all the time,
Chun-Li
right?
pick that rock up and I saw it throw it. And I'm like, no way. They're like, way. So I never knew if it was true or not. But and that rock looked so out of place. It looked like it could be picked up. The way it was kind of like in the foreground. There's a really weird one, but lots of good old ones with Street Fighter 2. Those are probably my most memorable ones. And I'm just trying to think. God, there was a lot in that game. There were so many rumors, so many goddamn rumors. But
yeah, especially back then, because like you couldn't really research. You know what I mean? Like
there was no internet.
Oh, really? Oh shit! I better try to find out and try to do it. Like,
I know. I believe my friends' younger brothers. They'd be like, "It's true. I saw it happen." I'm like, whoa. Amazing. It must have happened then. Stupid crap. But no, I was going to say, John, what are some of your favorites? Can you remember any?
It's hard for me to remember some. Yeah, I remember Duke Nukem 3D, I think, had a couple glitches. I know the PC version did, at least, where you could double kick and stuff like that. But nothing really comes to mind as far as any cool glitches. Jason, I know you're a big fan of Duke Nukem 3D. Do you recall any for that?
Okay, there's this awesome glitch in Duke that I found. All right, at the first level, right above the theater, there's that little area up there with the TV and the couch, and it's like the red room up there. There's a chain gun in there, and I think an RPG and some pipe bombs up there. Anyway, you jump on the ledge and just crouch and move left and right, back and forth. And if you do it in the right spot, you'll see your character start to kind of get caught on textures. And then he'll just fall. Duke will just fall straight through the ground and go right into the arcade that's right below it. And I played multiplayer on this game for years, okay? And I would do this glitch all the time. And I could hear someone in the arcade screwing around down there. I'd fucking drop down, boom, blow them up, get out of there. They'd be like, well, you weren't in, and there's only like one or two ways in there, so like they could see. And anyway, just you said Duke, and that just hit me.
That's awesome.
That's a really cool glitch that I found.
That's cool. How about you, Pete?
Like you, I'm having a hard time remembering older games with glitches, but one that's, still stands out to me because of how long I played it was the persistence of the SOCOM community finding glitches in that game. Like you said, Jason, people make clans to find the glitches, but the worst part is, especially with SOCOM, because back then they really didn't patch it out. It was basically when someone found the glitch, that was it. It was with the game for the entire time on the PS2. People would find glitches to get into a crate box, and then as soon as they're in that box, they can shoot out of the box, but you can't shoot in. And this would be a problem when, because I had my own clan and we did competitive battles, and it would be a problem when people were like getting under the floor of one of the maps and, hiding there. Say it was a 4-versus-1 and the other team only had one guy left. They'd go hide under the floor, and, you had no real true way of knowing if they were hiding somewhere in the level or if they were glitched out underneath the level. But eventually it was weird because some of the glitches became like accepted in competitive play and everything, where that you were still able to be killed even though you had to do a glitch to get there. Like you might be able to get on top of a building. Some of them became accepted. It was fun finding
part
them.
Of the game.
It does. It becomes part of the game. That. Okay, I know the absolute the glitch of SOCOM that fans will remember. If anybody played the original SOCOM 1, all right. Basically, if you got hit with a grenade nearby, like if you're in the proximity, you'd get knocked down on the ground. But normally you'd have to there'd be a wait time to get back up on your feet, start moving again. But people found the glitch where if you hit the reload button, which is you press in on the right joystick, you'll do, say you get knocked down, you reload. As soon as you get knocked down, the reload animation will let you get back up the second you get knocked down. But the strangest thing is that you see yourself reloading and sort of getting back up and everything. But what the other people see is you freaking sliding on the ground as you get back up. So people were sliding all over the place in the game after they get knocked down by a grenade. And it became part of the game. It was because so many people did it. It just was part of SOCOM. It was accepted in competitions and everything. But the worst part is, once SOCOM became a greatest hits title, they patched that out of the greatest hits discs. So anybody that bought a greatest hits disc, sorry, but you had to wait to get your ass back up when you got knocked down. But all the other people with old discs still slide around.
Evil. That's evil. That's awesome.
I found one in Hydro Thunder just recently, and I know we've been playing that. And we actually just did it. We did, we all went in and did a live stream of that just recently, and that was a lot of fun with everybody. But I found one on Area 51 at the very end. And this is a really easy, this is a typical common one, if people are searching for glitches, you're bound to find this type of glitch where you just basically fall through the ground. So it's a really common one, not all that exciting, but it's at the very end. You got to have boost, and you just, right at the finish line, you got to cut right. And of course, there's a beach there, but you got to jump, full boost, jump, and cut hard right. But you have to go at an angle. You can't go directly to the right, or else you won't pass the finish line. You have to kind of go at an angle to where you pass the finish line and get your points. But if you do it at the right angle, you'll go really far, get a fast boat, do Rad Hazard or something, and you will just go off the edge of the map, and you'll just fall, and the screen goes black, and your boat is just falling and falling and falling, and it doesn't stop. It's classic. I found it actually just last week. I mean, it's a real typical one, but kind of a cool one there. So check that out.
Well, how do you get out of it?
Well, that's the thing. You have to make sure that you finish the race so that it ends. If you
No.
don't, then you have to just wait for the time to run out, and you don't get your points. You don't finish. You get a did not finish. And
To clarify, this is the new Hydro Thunder, right? Not
correct,
the
yeah, for
original.
360, Xbox Live.
There was a glitch. I actually remember playing EverQuest on PC back in the day, and when you die in EverQuest, you have to, you respawn somewhere else. You have to go get your armor, right? So I was on a ship one time and got attacked by a sea monster, and I died, but my character like fell through the ship, so all my armor and shit went to the bottom of the ocean. So I couldn't get all my armor. I was pissed, and that was it for me as far as EverQuest goes.
You're like,
'Cause
I'm done. At
I put like hundreds of
so
hours.
you really quit after that?
Yeah, that was it. That was the final straw.
this. Oh man,
Because they have
Wow.
like moderators and stuff that can help you out in the game and whatever. And I'm like talking to the guy. I'm like, can you help me get my armor? It's in the bottom of the ocean. I can't. So you can't swim. You die if you go in the water. In this particular part of the game, and the guy's like, no, you're shit out of luck. I'm like, well, yeah, that's
What?
it. Yeah.
So it's like a roguelike game where if you're in the fucking ocean and you die, that's it?
Well, I don't know. It was a glitch where I just my character fell through the bottom of the ship. Like I was
love
so pissed, dude. So pissed because
Oh
I
my
put like hundreds
God.
of hours into it and stuff, and this is back like 10 years ago. Gosh, I mean, that was it for me though.
yeah, I'd be done at that point too. If you did all this work and then a glitch fucked you up,
Yeah, it fucked me up.
and then you can't get it back.
Because you start with it and you lose currency and stuff too, right? So not only do you lose your armor, you lose currency and shit, and then you have to band with another group of people. And I haven't played another MMO since then. I'm like I'm not gonna get into WoW. It's funny. Speaking of which, just real quick, do you guys hear about we were talking about earlier about WoW and how many hours people put into that game?
Well,
Right?
do you know, it's so funny that I won't talk too much about it.
Yeah.
I work with a guy who's obsessed with it,
Yeah.
and this is all he's talking about all day
Right.
long at work. So
So
yes.
So no, I was gonna say though, I heard some guy was telling me about this, and I'm not sure this is confirmed or not, but I heard from a couple people. This guy most recently put in like 140 hours plus in a week into WoW. That's amazing. If you can see how many hours there is in a week, there's 160 something hours in a week.
Yeah, think about it. He's shitting himself and eating at the same place. He's not even getting up.
Hey, Adam, do you have any friends that play WoW?
Unfortunately.
Yeah. What are your thoughts on that?
I'm not a big fan of WoW. If it's cool if people want to play it, you can get it for pretty cheap.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a gateway drug into the gaming
Yeah.
universe, but a lot of people kind of stop there, which is what's disappointing. But
Yeah.
I don't know. Now that it's a little more like social and people like know about it, I guess it's a little
Yeah.
better. But back in the day, when people would talk about it and it was just nerdy, I don't know. I'd never partake in it myself, but it does ruin
Yeah, it's-
lives.
Literally.
That's my problem with it. I don't have a problem that it's, like the nerd aspect or whatever. Playing video games has been classed as nerdy, in the past or whatever. But this friend of mine at work, his justification is exactly what you said. That this is the only game he needs. He's like, I only need this game. I don't need to buy any others. Because you buy games all the time. He's like, I only need one. And I was like,
Oh my god.
that's a good argument. But I'm like, wait a second. I don't put as much. Like he goes home and plays WoW for like 7 hours and goes to bed.
Yeah.
Every night. That's all he does. So, I think, we've always said, games in moderation, enjoy gaming, have fun. But when it's kind of like that's all you do in your life, and that's what WoW seems to do. It's not just you do it like an hour of WoW, you do 7 hours of WoW or 130 hours of WoW. That's my only concern with it. I think it's just, yeah.
There's thousands of people who play WoW who are responsible about it and put in a couple hours and they're done. But there is an addictive factor to the game.
Yeah.
But not to knock WoW, because I know we have a lot of listeners who probably play WoW. But
No, if they were playing WoW, they wouldn't be listening to us.
It's like Mario Party.
Yeah.
The shit breaks up families. I've seen it.
like what?
Yeah, that's the
Mario
problem.
Party.
Mario Party.
You guys ever play Mario Party? God damn.
Oh, Mario Party is so
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah, I know, man, but it breaks people apart.
Oh,
Especially the
yeah.
earlier ones, like on 64. Oh god.
Oh, those are
Yeah.
the best, man. Mario
I
Party
know.
Stigmata.
Fucking putting the joystick in the palm.
Yeah. Till you bleed, and then you make a bunch of Christ jokes. It's awesome.
Yeah, exactly.
Fuck. My last thing about WoW is that my girlfriend's mom plays it, and that's all she does with her life. She just sits at home, chain smokes, and plays WoW.
I was going to ask if she was hot, but you said she chain smoked, so that ruins it.
It doesn't matter if her mother was hot, you know?
So if I recall, Johnny, I think in one of your love talk answers, you said to, go for the mom possibly too, right?
Well, yeah, as long as she
Yeah,
doesn't smoke,
he
play
called
WoW,
it the guilt.
she's fine.
I
Called
wasn't
it
sure
the
if you
guilt.
follow what you preach or not, but,
He called it the triple whammy or the home run or
the
some shit.
triple whammy.
Exactly. I stand by that, exactly. And the grandmother as well, as I said. But don't get
Right,
the father
guilt.
involved. I remember saying that.
It gets tricky. Yeah.
Like,
And the whale, of course, which
but yeah, no, we're not bashing WoW players. It's just I feel bad for anybody who's lost a friend to WoW. That's all. I've lost a few friends to WoW. I don't see them anymore. I don't see them anymore. They don't phone. They just play WoW. So that's my only issue.
wow. All I gotta say about that is wow.
Yeah, wow.
Wow.
Hey, I just thought of another glitch.
What's that?
San Francisco Rush 2 for the Nintendo 64. You guys ever played that one?
Yes.
Yes.
There is a fantastic... Okay, I spent a good couple of years playing that game. In the stunt course, it's basically just a big square, the map, just a big square with stunts and obstacles and all kinds of shit in there, right? There's a jump that's by one of the corners, and it's close enough that if you are going fast enough, you can hit it, shoot over the map, okay? This is hard to do because you have to be going a certain speed, you have to be going and have to hit a certain height, and you have to go, you have to physically have your car go outside of the boundaries. So, you really gotta be doing some crazy stuff to do this. But I figured out how to do it. I can do it every time. So you haul ass, hit this jump, your car goes up, flies over the wall, and it's just black out there, of course. It's not rendered or anything, right? And in stunt, the whole purpose of being in stunt is to do a stunt, land it, you get your points, right? So what it does is when you go over the wall, your car, it hits invisible ground and invisible walls and textures, and the car starts spinning. It starts flipping. It starts twisting. It starts doing all kinds of crazy shit, right? It also, while doing that, it also lands for a split second, just enough time to get points. So you see where this is going.
Yeah.
So you jump over the wall, your car is spinning and flipping. It looks like it's just a big ball of just car. It doesn't look like even a car. It's just going so fast. But you're constantly getting points. It's racking up points because it's spinning, but it's also landing.
The timer's going on as well, though, right?
Yeah, but there is no time. There is a timer, but it's unlimited.
Oh.
It just lets you play for as long as you want till you quit.
Wow.
So I let that shit sit all day once, and it was just sitting there, just racking up points. It kept going. I was at 900,000 some odd points. It just kept going, and I was like, it's not going to stop. It is not going to stop. It was awesome, and that was back before I had video. I could have shown people. They would have been going crazy over it. But
Nice.
it may even be out there now. Who knows? But good stuff. Anyway, just thought of one.
Can you get out of it?
Yeah, you just pause it and quit the game.
Oh, but once you're in there, you can't jump.
Oh
out.
no, yeah, you have no control over your car. Once it goes over there, it's done. The
It
car
sucks
does
if you're
its own
racing
thing.
someone though, and you're like,
Yeah, but in the stunt course, all you do is
Oh.
it's just a big square, and you just perform stunts. That's it.
I gotcha.
There's
I
really no
gotcha.
point.
I'm with you. Okay,
Good
interesting.
Adam, any other good ones you're thinking about?
None that I have confirmed yet, but I am really looking for the Mew glitch in the early Pokemon games. The red, blue, and yellow.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
If I can confirm those, man, that would be incredible. I would like to recreate the boy and his blob glitch. The one where you can basically throw a hole down near the beginning of the first level and get to the last level in about a minute and a half.
I have
What?
not heard of that one.
Nope. Not heard of it.
Let's
yeah.
hear it.
They call it the super shortcut, I believe it is. I don't know exactly how you do it because I researched it a long time ago. I don't have access to a copy of the game right now, but Potato has it, who hopefully you guys know is my partner in crime on those
Yeah,
shows.
absolutely.
Yeah, I think it's in the first part of the level on the top platform. You can basically, because the last level and the first level overlap, because it's kind of like a weird puzzle game like that, and you can essentially just throw the hole down, go down there. You're gonna take some damage and you're gonna get hurt, but then boom, the game's pretty much over.
Well,
So-
that's what I could ask. Where do you hear the rumors for these things? Where do you hear the rumblings that this is possible? Just like friends or
The
online?
forums, yeah.
Yeah.
Really comes from all over the place, and
Yeah.
word of mouth is really big. All you can do down here where I live is play video games, and somebody stumbles on something or reads something. I'm not sure where they all get it, but they all, usually bring it up to me and go, hey, what can you do with this? Or, people hear weird stuff, like you were saying about the Street Fighter 2 and the Shanglong or whatever thing. Because I remember the Ermac thing with Mortal Kombat, because they were saying that you can play as Ermac in the arcade version, but Ermac just meant error macro, and there wasn't such a character, but everyone was so hell-bent.
I remember that one. I remember hearing something like that about that.
What was that one in Mortal Kombat 2 with that guy who would come in and like, yoo-hoo, and then you're supposed to put a code, and what was that supposed to, you guys know what I'm talking about?
Toasty!
Yeah,
Toasty,
what's
yeah.
that
And you
about?
press
What
down.
is that?
And you press down and start. Yeah.
I don't remember what that does. I believe that was Ed Boon at the time, the creator. He would come in and do that. I miss that. I hope they bring that back for the new Mortal Kombat game. That'd be awesome.
It's like a quiz.
He says toasty.
Yeah.
Quiznos. Toasty.
I just remember Mortal Kombat 2 was full of Easter eggs and such like that. There was so much stuff in that game you could unlock or do. And at the time, again, there was so many rumors going around of what you could do and what you couldn't do. So, yeah, that was a good game. Hopefully, yeah, you're right. Hopefully, in the new Mortal Kombat, they bring a lot more stuff like that back. I'm definitely buying the new Mortal Kombat. I'm pretty stoked for it, actually.
I am too.
Oh,
It
hell
looks
yes.
amazing.
Yeah.
It looks amazing.
And I got to admit, since Mortal Kombat 2, I have never bought any other Mortal Kombat game. I've never bought number 3 or got into any of them. Any of the DC bullshit stuff. No, I never got into any of that either. But looking, I was so disappointed with the DC stuff. I was like expecting that you could rip Superman's head off, and shove it up Batman's ass. Now that would have been amazing, but you couldn't do anything like that.
Yeah, but
That
DC would never allow that to happen because he's
I
immortal,
know.
So
Like that's so lame. So I'm glad to see the blood and guts come back. I know me and John saw some demos of that at PAX, and it looked amazing. It looked really good.
Yeah.
So.
And just to see, they're gonna do the joystick that's gonna be official arcade hardware.
oh yeah,
I was researching that. They're using like official joysticks and
that's awesome.
and buttons. It's gonna be awesome.
At PAX, they had a really cool display, John. You remember it probably as well, but it was shaped like an arcade. Like they had it all set up like an arcade where it was pretty cool setup. I'm like, that's stellar. They did the same thing with NBA Jam too. The new one, they had that as an
that
arcade
was
as
good.
well.
That was
pretty
good.
cool. Yeah. And speaking of Easter eggs, there's a whole bunch of NBA Jam, right? Where you pass codes and you could be Bill Clinton and Will Smith. that was awesome.
Are they licensed characters? Like did Bill Clinton? Do you know? So,
Yeah,
okay,
no, they are. Yeah, they put it in there.
Yeah, even the new one. Yeah, the old one too. Yeah.
funny.
Well, the new one you can be Obama and stuff, and you can be Palin and stuff. It's pretty funny.
The Beastie Boys.
The Beastie Boys.
yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
What was I reading tonight? I was reading on the PS3 that hackers have really, really. I know they've really, the key has gone out for the PS3, so people can hack their own PS3s. But I hear even beyond that people are really hacking into Modern Warfare. Like it's really bad. They're attacking the servers, and there's nothing that they can do because they can't patch. It's something they can't patch the PS3 because the hackers will just go in there. And because they have full access to it now, there's nowhere that they can stop it. That's what I was reading on Kotaku.
That's pretty shitty.
Yeah.
Yeah, that,
So
a friend of mine
that
emailed me
really
that.
fucks everything up.
That ruins it for you. Got these guys, a select few people who have to ruin it for everyone. It just really sucks.
Well, that sounds like that's the death of that console. If it gets to a point to where it's everyone's doing it, I mean, people love to do this, So
Yeah, because there's a lot of gamers like myself who have both the 360 and PS3. But if it came down to getting the same game for one system or the other, you could go to 360 and play fine, but go to PS3 and have people fuck my shit up. What are you gonna choose?
I'm
That
reading
sucks.
it now. I'm reading it now. It's in total shambles and unplayable. That's how one joystick reader describes Modern Warfare 2 on PSN. The PS3 system security is in disarray. Hackers and cheaters have run rampant on Infinity Ward's Call of Duty games. Players unwittingly placed into a hacked server can meet the unfortunate consequences of losing all their stats, and unfortunately, it doesn't
Oh my
appear a
God.
fix is in sight. Yeah, so
No
it doesn't
way.
appear a fix is in sight. Games rely on the security of the encryption on the platforms they're playing on. Infinity Ward's Robert Bowling explained on the game's official forums. Unless the security exploit itself is resolved on the platform, updates to the game through patches will not resolve the problem, he admits. adding,
Oh
at this
my God.
time, we do not have the ability to restore or adjust individual stats. So people are getting their stats fucked up. That's so brutal. eh?
Oh,
That's messed up.
dude, that is brutal.
Yeah. So,
You know,
I'll
sucks.
finish off here. He goes, although Bowling adds that we are looking at every possible option available to us to help the users affected, it appears the situation is quite dire, especially when one considers the workarounds. Bowling suggests you can submit a PSN grief report. That's funny. So that's
Which doesn't do
horrible.
shit.
Which is going to go
horrible.
directly into the trash.
Right, what are they gonna do with
exactly. Play exclusively with friends via private matches or play Black Ops, which does not rely solely on platform security. So sorry, it wasn't Black Ops. It was Modern Warfare 2.
over too?
It's
okay.
some other. So,
So-
yeah, I'm just resolving that.
I wonder if there's anything that game or like designers can do moving forward with games for it to avoid security, shit like that to happen. I don't know, but that's messed up.
It's
know,
in Sony's court right now.
It's one thing to hack a system like with the original Xbox to play emulators on it and for your own personal enjoyment, but
Sure.
to get into an affect someone's game and score
And stats,
and
shit.
stats. Yeah, that
We were just
sucks.
talking about that today.
Yeah.
I mean, your shit sank to the bottom of the sea. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean,
Sorry,
rub it
son.
in,
There's
dude.
nothing we can do about that. So,
sorry, you're pretty much fucked. I don't know.
I'm still bitter about it, dude, for sure.
That's funny.
So pissed.
Thanks for a good story,
Especially-
though.
Especially considering how people really get into their kill to death ratio on Call of Duty. Like that's all some people care about. The thousands of hours kids on there. I'm sure they might be switching over to 360 or something soon.
Right.
But I was gonna say, Adam, you reminded me of a glitch earlier. The missing no from Pokemon Red and Blue. Did any of you
Yeah.
ever encounter that at all?
Oh, absolutely. And we did the coinciding infinite item glitch. The one that if you run into a missing no, the item that's in your 6th slot from top to bottom actually goes up to 99. So I didn't know if you actually heard about that one. I did that a ton as a kid. I put rare candies in my 6th slot. Go find missing no. When you come back, rare candies is at 99. You just keep doing that.
didn't
Keep
know that.
doing that, and that's how you
remember-
run around a bunch of hundreds.
I just remember discovering missing no on I guess it was a website or a forum or something, and I was like, "Oh, that's cool. Let me go get him." And then I got him, and then my game was fucked up.
Yeah, you don't want to
All the
actually catch
all
them.
yeah, I caught him, and that totally screwed my game up, unfortunately.
Yeah.
And for those that don't know, did they ever find out why missing no was in the game? Was it an actual glitch or was it in there on purpose?
Missing no was supposed to be an additional Pokemon, possibly Mew, that was supposed to be in the game somewhere, but wasn't actually rendered or completed for whatever reason. So, or it could have been a problem where the game just glitched out when it was randomly trying to generate a Pokemon. In that same area where you find the missing no, you can actually get a level 171 Ponyta, which hopefully everybody knows the level cap's 100. But you can still get over level hundreds if you're grinding in that area for a long enough time. And it's crazy. That area is messed up.
Are any of you getting the new Pokemon Black and White at all?
Well, can I ask you a question?
I have a question too when you're done.
Okay. The thing is, there's been so many Pokemons. Like, do I start now? Do I wait for a 3DS? What? I really don't know where to jump in. I jumped in. I wasn't before when I got. Maybe I got Sapphire or something. No, I forget which one I got. I got one.
Well,
on
this
the
one is
Game
going to be
Boy.
all new Pokemon. Everything in the game, all the Pokemon are going to be brand new until you beat it. Then you can get the old one. So everything's going to be really fresh.
Oh, really?
Hey, Johnny, I got to get a pickup line for you that you can use for love talk. You go up to a girl and you say, "Is that a Pokemon in your pocket?" And she's like, "What are you talking about?" And you're like, "Because I want a Pikachu."
Oh, that is so amazing. You can already imagine John hanging out at the dog parks using that line. Is that
Yeah, it works every time.
Works every time.
Because she's laughing, she knows Pokemon, and then you're in like Flynn, right?
Yeah.
She's
Oh
a
my
gamer.
God.
She's a gamer. But then she's like, or she thinks you're a pervert, and maybe if she still likes you, then you're still in.
yeah. Well, maybe your dog doesn't like you at that point.
Hey, while you're at it, you can tell her that it only evolves when you're trading.
Oh my
You know.
god.
Whoa.
You can also use Harden.
There you go. Yeah, I'm with you, John. I never got into the series as much at all. to
And
be honest with you.
I've never been against it. I love the idea of it, but I've never gone into it. I was just asking you guys because you guys sound like you played a lot more than definitely me. What should I do? Should I wait or what should I do?
Just get Pokemon Black and White, I would say.
Get blue and red.
I don't know. Well, if anything, I'd say maybe get Leaf Green and Fire Red on the Game Boy Advance. But honestly, I would say if you're new to the series, go at one of the DS ones. Heart Gold would be a good choice. Heart Gold or Soul Silver. I don't get all the spin-offs. Like, I'll get the main one that comes out, but I won't buy, say, like Diamond or Emerald. I don't buy the ones that are like basically ports of the same games that freaking came out with like one extra dungeon. I don't buy that.
Right.
But I will buy every basically main one.
Wait, okay, sorry. I just got one more question. This is interesting to me. Why have they never made? Maybe I don't know. That's what I'm asking. Is there a home port? Like, is there like a console version of Pokemon that is Pokemon that isn't like a spin-off? Like,
Well,
no,
Pokemon Arena it wasn't there one for the
not the
N64?
arena stuff. Not the arena stuff.
Right.
I mean, like
Right.
a real Pokemon game on its own. No.
No, I guess I'm not sure why Nintendo hasn't done something like that. That would make them tons of money. I guess they just don't want to do it until they're confident that they can make a real great game. Everybody wishes they'd make one that's online on the consoles.
Yeah.
Online MMO style one where you can walk around.
That's
with
kind
other
of what I'm thinking.
trainers.
I'd love to wait for a moment like that for something like that would be fresh and cool to me. You know what? I guess they want to keep it on handhelds, right? Maybe it's a little niche market that they're holding on to a certain way because of it's a demographic that they're getting. I don't know. There's got to be some reason why it's only on handhelds and never come into a console all this time.
Have they announced a 3D version yet for the 3DS, or is that
No, not yet.
because you know they're going to make one
Of
eventually?
course.
Yeah, that'd be kind of cool.
Well, what I think it is, Pokemon's so centric around trading with friends, and Nintendo knows
Yeah.
that their online service just isn't up to par to accommodate all the people that would want to be trading with friends. So they
Yeah.
don't want to release it on the console and possibly have it bomb. That's what I think it is.
Right.
So
Interesting.
here's my Pokemon question to everybody. Who has the best name?
Oh, fuck.
You want to hear mine?
Yes.
Yeah.
Fuck me.
What was that?
Jigglypuff. Jiggly, 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 puff, puff, puff.
The first time I'm speechless. I don't even know how to respond.
That's actually Jason making those sounds. He's actually imitating that too. No.
Amazing.
Nice.
I'm pretty good.
So I don't know how we got into this. Is this series as popular as it used to be?
Is what is popular? Pokemon?
Pokemon, yeah, is it as popular as it used to be?
Oh, of course.
It is.
Yeah, it's still very popular.
Well, did anybody ever end up getting Pokepark for the Wii?
No, to me that looked I was actually very interested in it. But then I watched some reviews and it seemed a little too aimed at kids for me. Like some of the games in this seemed very simple. The concept seemed cool, but it just seemed a little too kiddish for me.
Yeah.
Hmm.
It's pretty
What was it-
casual.
What's the gameplay style that particular one? I'm not familiar with that game.
It's like a collection of mini games where it's very simple gesture-based stuff where you go around as Pikachu and you make friends with other Pokemon and different themed atmospheres like Fire World and Ice World and all that stuff. And
That's cool.
you do tasks for them like hide and seek and very simple battles that are action-oriented and races and just different mini games.
I just ran out to check. I actually do have Pokemon Sapphire. I actually played it for like 10 hours. I remember that, and then I quit. I was using it. I was actually playing on the on the Advance or whatever, and then on the Game Boy player on the GameCube. So I kind of like that. I could play it on the go and then bring it back and actually play it on the TV. I
love that Game Boy player.
It was very cool.
I need one of those because I'm playing
You
the
don't have one?
Castlevanias now.
Oh
I don't
man,
have
it's a
one.
must
I
for
don't have-
Game Boy Advance. A must.
I'm probably gonna order one tonight because I'm starting on the Castlevanias on the Game Boy Advance, and oh man, they're so small. It's like the screen in those games. It's killing me. I got to put it on a
Uh-huh.
TV
And Pete, you
screen.
probably already know this, but just when you order it, make sure it comes with the disc.
Okay, so it needs
You
like
need
a
the
boot
disc.
up
Yeah, you need the disc.
It
in
needs
there,
a
yeah.
boot
The
disc.
disc,
Yeah, a lot of people don't know that, so they buy it just the unit, and then it doesn't do anything. But you gotta have a boot disc.
They're pretty cheap, right? They're like $10 or $20, I think, to get the Game Boy
I
Advance player.
don't know. I bought it new. It came
I've had
out.
one new, so I don't know.
Let me check.
Mine cost me about $30. So
$30.
yeah.
Do you think Nintendo could do the similar thing for the Wii with the DS? I know it's hard because of touchscreen, but didn't they just recently release something for the Wii where it was all touchpad and
Yeah, that you
remember
draw
seeing-
pad tablet.
yeah, they could maybe do something like that for the Wii, right? Have like, I don't know.
I kind of thought they were going to do that. I thought that was going to be the next extension, and they never did anything like that. I was kind of surprised. I'm like, oh, I know exactly what they're going to do, and then they didn't do it. Yeah,
They'd rather come out with 30 different versions of the same system, the DS and
Yeah.
XL and DSi, make more
Yeah.
money doing that way, I guess. And
wait for the 3DS. There's going
Right.
to be 3DSi, 3DS IXL.
XL.
Yeah.
Well, maybe for Nintendo's next console, they'll sort of try and make it like a PC style control where they'll have a big touchpad, and like for first person shooters, you'll slide your finger around like a sort of like a mouse. I don't know. Where can they go,
Like-
honestly, with the next console to innovate? I really don't know.
You mean console or like handheld?
Their
or-
next home console.
HD would be one big step for them.
Yeah, but they got to go further than that.
Right.
As long as it's
3D,
high def.
yeah.
High def.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
always going
Yeah,
to
which
That's
it
all
will
they
be.
really need.
It will
But I
be.
mean, Nintendo, they're going to have to do something.
Could they do like a 3D home console?
It's a Wii and a Virtual Boy in one.
It's
I'm
still
telling-
too early for that, though. In terms of
Guys,
3D TVs, unless they,
I think I know. It's going to be a groinal attachment. For sure. It
Well,
doesn't
they
affect
do
gonna
your
have-
really
they
eye.
be
do have that
attached to your
vitality
Wii.
sensor.
It's going to attach to your
Oh.
Wii, literally.
He's cooking some things in Japan right now. He's testing them on his
They-
kids right now.
They can make it designed to kind of look like a whale, like a Wii whale, like
Wee Whale. That'd be a great game.
I'm still liking is that a Pokemon in your pocket?
You like
What
that?
the fuck, John?
What's that little guy in your pocket? What is that? Oh, because I want a Pikachu.
Look at that.
Oh,
Works
You know what's
every
funny,
time.
you guys, is he's probably used that at the dog park.
you know
Dude.
it's true.
You know it's true.
For sure,
Yeah.
for sure. If only I was single again,
You know what happened? His dog even went, "Brrr," looked up at him like, "You motherfucker.
Yeah. it's-
That was some stupid shit."
so speaking of stupid shit, how is things with the whale?
Oh, things are fantastic.
Oh yeah.
Things are fantastic with the whale. Yeah.
Really?
how's the record going? Or
It's
does
going
it sound-
incredible, actually. Incredible.
You've made the whale a star.
The whale is who the whale is. I can only do so much. He approached me and I'd said, well, we'll give it a chance.
Yeah.
How most of the time this works. But you know what? He's really doing some things.
he actually can sing. I'm really surprised. He's in tune.
Yeah. He's
know,
actually
that's-
pretty good. I didn't have to use any auto tune or anything, And that's the way I like it.
Yeah.
So we're good to go.
On the casting couch. So I guess the whale is driving around in fancy cars with gold and
He's bling blinging it.
Yeah,
Bling,
bling bling, and he's got dolphins all up on his jock. I mean, that's the way it is. Just another day on life with all Gen Gamers whale. What's next for the whale? I don't know.
well,
We're gonna see.
I think everybody's thinking, oh, the whale's going to go to John next, but why the fuck would the whale leave you? There's no reason
No,
at all.
I got nothing to offer. That
You got
shit.
nothing to offer. I'm telling you that right now.
I got nothing to offer. I can't sing or shit.
No.
You don't want to hear me sing. I can do Louis Armstrong. That's about it. So
Yeah. I don't know. Oh my. Okay.
that was Jason at first. That wasn't me.
Yeah, sure. But so I think the whale's pretty happy with Jason. Jason is the better man than all of us with this whale.
Oh, I don't know about that.
Oh no, I know that.
It's funny. It's funny. The whale's got like almost 300 friends on Facebook. It's crazy.
Fucking whale.
The whale. He's more popular than all of us, dude.
I know, and just has really really blown up now.
Enjoy it while you can.
Speaking of the critters at Jason's, Jason and I recently discovered one of RoboCat's ancestors or relatives, you should say, on Xbox Live Arcade.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Fill us in.
Jason, why don't you fill us in on the little story of your encounter and what your little cat there thought about it?
All right. So there's a game.
My game of the year for 2010, by the way.
Pete Doors Game of the Year 2010 is Techno Kitten Adventures.
Are you kidding me?
And I'm telling you, that game is a freaking happy hardcore trance fest. It's
What?
just like you're just at a club and it's just There's lights and the music, and it's crazy.
You play as a cat with a jetpack, with ponies and unicorns and rainbows and
stars and all kinds of shit going on. And you have to navigate your cat. It's one of those games where if you press A, it'll raise the cat. If you let go of A, the cat will fall. But the cat is always moving to the right. So you have to judge where to go, when to press, when to let go, right?
I bought it.
It's got crazy music. You bought it, Pete.
I bought it.
Is it DLC?
It is.
It is. It's only $1, and I was getting sick because the trial would only let you get up to 30,000, and I was like, screw this, and then I bought it.
Pete's a champion. He got to 30,000 on his second try. He's a champion.
So the object is a what again?
Check out a video. Google Techno Kitten Adventure. You'll see.
Here, I'm gonna pull it up. I'm gonna pull it up right now.
That is hysterical. I wonder if there's any glitches. Hey, Adam, you got to find a glitch in that game and then come back and tell us about it.
In Techno Kitten Adventure?
Techno Kitten Adventure.
I don't know if there is one.
Game of who would want to know about it either? It's so funny.
Yeah.
Well, if there was, I'm sorry, if there was a glitch in that, the only thing that bugs me about that game is when all the borders and the obstacles you have to avoid change colors when the chorus of the techno song comes on, and that's when I always crash. When the borders are black, I'm fine, but during that like bass heavy chorus part, they like flash rainbow colors, and I'm just go, well, where the fuck is it? And then dead.
Yeah, you can't see shit.
Very few games bother my eyes when I play, but that one particular segment on a 46-inch TV, fucking, it's crazy.
Yeah, and it goes with the beat of the song too.
How's the music?
Here, we're gonna watch it real quick here, guys. We're gonna watch it here.
How's the music though? Look at the rainbows.
Hell.
Get to the really crazy.
Don't you let me go, don't you ever let me go. I will cry in the sea of love.
It's like a size, almost like art type.
Here, hold on, here, I'll get to the good part.
It's coming up soon.
Here it is. Here's the build. The kitten's still going too. This guy's rocking
For the
it.
listeners, just imagine a cat flying around with a jetpack. There's a fucking UFO.
And rainbows flying everywhere.
Here we go.
Wait for it. Oh, what the hell? There's like stars now. It's going really fast too. Oh, you can't see shit. Oh,
What the?
Speaking of the cat music, Jason, why don't you tell them what happened?
Okay, so right there, right? So I downloaded the demo, I was playing it. And so my cat, I'm sitting in my bed, right? And my cat's down there by my feet, just chilling. The first time I died, that sound happened. And it sounds like a real cat. I think it is. Yeah. And my cat freaking jumped up, was looking around, like about ready to attack me. Like, what's another bitch doing in here? She was freaking out. She ran out of my room, bolted out, and she was like out there, like sniffing around the whole house, like, where's that cat? And I kept playing the game. It kept dying. It's like, row, row. She was freaking out.
Jason's like
Good
Dr.
stuff.
Doolittle over there, right? With his house full of animals. He had sex with them all, too.
Yeah.
To that soundtrack, too.
Get that pussy back here.
Good
Sounds like a
stuff.
cat getting raped.
And you would know why?
Well, I've seen a couple of guys with a cat. I had nothing to do with it.
I've seen a few guys that do a few things, you know.
do things to cats, and I was watching them.
Anyway,
It's called
great
the
game
internet.
there. Great game. Pete, you were doing some streaming of that for a little while.
I
weren't you?
was. Yeah, I was.
For $1, shit, you can go wrong.
I mean,
For
you
a game
can't.
that gives
You
me
can't.
entertainment for, 20 minutes and half an hour, I'll buy that shit.
Definitely worth $1.
Yeah.
There's some great stuff on the indie market that I really want to check out more. There's those RPGs that Cthulhu Saves the World, and like a full-fledged 8-6, or I think it's modeled after 16-bit RPG, and there's some decent stuff on there for like $1, $3. Really?
Oh yeah, like Maids with Balloons. Remember that one?
Oh God.
God.
What's that about?
Oh my! We were all on Xbox Live,
Exactly
and
what
we're
it
all
sounds like.
exactly what it sounds like. It's like some horrible full motion video game, from like I don't know the Sega CD era, and all of a sudden it's like these maids are talking like, "Oh, we know we have to go across the road to do something," and all of a sudden it's some fucking cutout of some maid girl like, and you're trying to poke this balloon in the air. It's like the worst thing you've ever seen in your life. I feel terrible about myself.
No,
I even got
there's
this
birds trying to shit on you, and you hit
Is
them
there
with balloons.
nudity or anything to make
No,
it somewhat?
I wish.
That'd make
there's
it
no-
at least somewhat more entertaining, at least.
I thought it was going to be interesting, but it was.
What do you guys want to do tonight?
We could go to my house and watch cartoons.
We watch cartoons at your house every night.
This is totally Sega CD, like all over
We'll
again.
go to the beach. Oh, we can't go to the beach. There's birds there, and they'll poop on us.
I think I have an idea.
Are these like struggling actresses trying to like?
Yeah. Let me draw it up.
I'd do all three of them.
Okay, so
Hey, they're kind of hot.
according to my
pretty hot.
calculations, if we find balloons and then let them go at the
I'd do all three of them.
At the same time.
Same
Triple
freaking
whammy,
time.
I think is what it's referred to.
That's what that is.
To the techno music
Hell yeah.
sometime later. Okay, let's see what happens later.
Sometime later, it says.
Nothing happened.
seagulls and they won't poop on us. We'll scare them away with the balloons.
That's a really good idea. And I think I saw balloons on the roof at the circus, so you can get those. Woohoo! And on the freeway, can you get those?
And they're dressed up
Yeah.
as maids.
This is.
Let's do it then. I will meet you girls at the beach, and you'll bring the balloons. Yeah! Woo!
Yay!
I don't know
Horse.
whether to keep watching or whip out my pud. This is so weird.
It's bad quality though. It's pixelated badness. Bunch of horrors.
Now, is that a free game? Because it better be.
It's $1. And if you quit the demo and don't buy it, they're like, why are they quitting the game and not buying? Oh,
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
sure
I
they got a
remember that.
job
That
to
big
go
ass
to.
bird's gonna poop on me.
And it's so surreally creepy. It's fucked up.
Yeah, that's crazy that there's still games like that out. It's funny.
That's when
It's like Plumbers Don't Have Ties. Plumbers Wear Ties game is funny.
like we're supposed to support indie games, but come on, like when the shovel and stuff like that, that's just terrible. I can't believe somebody approved that. Like Mage with Balloons, approved.
Oh, yeah, send that shit out.
It sounds like a porn.
It's-
Well, now here's the next clip of her
Where's
laying
that?
in bed. There's three maids. They're all laying in bed. What's this?
We're sorry that you got hit by so many cars. But we brought you a balloon.
You did?
Mm-hmm.
You got it off the freeway?
No, it turns out that they sell those at stores.
What the fuck?
Really?
that really
That-
says it all.
Is that the end of that scene? Oh
That's
my
the end of the
goodness.
game right there.
we are
At
all
least
winners
it's,
with that.
It's good eye candy. At least they're kind of hot.
Yeah, all three of them.
Wow.
We should get them on the podcast.
What was it like?
Get
to
the
be
game
Mage with
creator.
Balloons?
Try and
How
get
are those
Radar.
balloons?
What were you exactly smoking when you came up with this?
Mage with Balloons, everybody download it now.
Yeah.
It's like the guy's
Yeah,
going to
I do.
sign on to his account and be like, the fuck, I just made $50. What the hell?
Yeah.
Thanks, all gen gamers. Thumbs up.
Yeah. This is podcast brought to you by Maids with Balloons.
That's fun.
Or should we do some forum ones or what? I don't. Let me see if I've got any audio ones queued up. We did a whole bunch last. Or
Do a couple forums, and we got Love Talk, and then the gaming piece, and then we'll.
Oh,
well, let's do a few questions then if we're gonna do both sections or segments.
yeah. I'll do a real
Okay.
quick one for Love Talk. Like a sentence answer, thank you, and that's it. Let's kind of get in, get out. No pun intended.
Should we mention the channel too?
Oh
Yeah.
yeah,
Is it
Yeah,
a
we
little
should mention
premature? We're going to get content up on there soon, though, right?
I'm
Tomorrow, right?
releasing the whale.
It's premature. I wouldn't say anything about that yet. Oh,
Well,
sorry.
This is going to be out the first week of February. This podcast, this particular episode.
Yeah.
So there'll be stuff on it before people hear about it.
Okay.
Okay, yeah.
It's going to have sex scenes with Jason the Whale.
Jason, I was gonna cut up that stream you did with your Snuggie and throw that on there as the premiere episode for the All Gen Gamers channel.
Nice. You
No,
should.
I'm not. You want me to?
What is that? Do
Jason did a stream where he puts on his Snuggie.
it. Oh, that's hilarious. That'd be funny to put up there. Yeah, for sure. We were streaming her. I know, Johnny, you watched our game streaming live at the Suns game. That was
Yeah,
cool.
no. As soon as I messaged you guys, I'm like, "Hey, wave to the camera, say hi." You guys are like, "Okay, I guess it's over now." I'm like, "Ah, fuck, fuck you." Tell them to turn the game back on. And it's that section of the podcast where we talk about games we've been playing recently. Adam, what games have you been playing?
I don't know if any of you actually heard about this, but they actually released the Dragon's Lair trilogy on the Wii. It's
Yes,
not,
sir.
It's not really a trilogy though. So I call it the Don Bluth collection because it's Dragon's Lair 1, Dragon's Lair 2, and then Space Ace. I recently picked that up, and I never got to experience those growing up. It was $30, really good deal. You get all 3 games, and you don't have to flick or flaggle or any of that stupid Wii shit. It's all good. You can use a classic controller. Awesome. If you haven't experienced those games, which I haven't, it's great.
I have those on Blu-ray, and I play it on my PS3.
Nice.
Which is cool. Yeah.
That's
Good
a
games
way
are
to play.
classic.
Yeah.
What do you think, Adam? Because as you said, like you never got to experience those as a kid. Like I remember playing them in the arcade, and I was, for me, I was extremely frustrated because I sucked at the game. I was so bad. I still am bad. I've never gotten good at it. I've never been good at it. What are your your thoughts on it now? Now that you're kind of playing it today,
Well, I wish I could have played them back in the day, but now I'm so tuned into quick time events that it's like press left, press up, and I'm like, no problem. I've played
Wow.
fucking God of War and all these games, Bayonetta and all these games that have
Shenmue
quick time
and such, yeah.
events. Yeah. So it's like
Yeah.
that's all it is quick time events. So it's really kind of easy
That's
nowadays.
interesting.
So
Yeah.
Because I sucked at the game too, Johnny. I'm horrible at those games.
Yeah, I'm terrible. I remember I'd go say, turn left and I'd go left I'd hit left and my character would die. I'm like, but I hit left. I'd always say that. I did the right and I didn't, and I'm dead. I always
You
do
guys
those.
want to have a real good time with, Dragon's Lair and Space Ace. You can play that on Super NES. You guys ever played that?
Oh yeah,
of
the
it?
side scroller one is
Oh,
it's a
jeez, that flew
platformer. Yeah, it's
terrible.
totally different. Terrible.
It's terrible.
Terrible stuff. Terrible stuff.
It's horrible.
Yeah. Anything else, Adam?
I finished Splatterhouse for the 360 a while ago. I just finished all the survival arenas recently. I probably
you think?
shouldn't. I probably shouldn't go into it because I'm either going to get hate or flack.
No,
or
no, no.
something.
I feel the same way. I've actually said I'm not a fan of it. I have it. I think I have a couple levels near the end as well, and it's just no pun intended. It's a splatterhouse. It's just a lot of guts, but it's lacking substance. And some of the controls are kind of shoddy. Ugh.
all the mechanics they throw at you are bullshit. I think they ruin the game. The fighting is rewarding. It's good. The story is complete and utter garbage. The best information you get is actually from the mask. So what you want to do is if the mask starts talking, just don't do anything. Because if the mask starts talking and you pick up a weapon or do a splatter kill, you can never get him to fucking say that again. And that's the only time you get any backstory. All the cutscenes, useless. So listen to the mask. Just stop and listen. That's the
I
best
wasn't
bit
listening
of the
to
story.
any of it. I wasn't listening to any of it. I was just that. My problem with the game is that you just and people were like, "Oh, but that sounds like fun." The first level, you start smashing the crap out of stuff, and blood and guts are flying everywhere, and then it loses its luster after like a minute and a half. You're like, "Okay, there's a lot of blood, sure." And then you want kind of some substance, and it's not quite there. You're always kind of hoping for it. You get moments of it, but not. And then you go to the side view levels, which are kind of good. I like the side view stuff, but they don't last long enough for. But I don't know. Who knows?
Yeah.
I'm not. I think a lot of people feel the same way. We're not alone. Not
I hope so. And those 30-second load times, man, that was bullshit.
Yeah.
That took forever to fucking load. I don't know if you have it on the PlayStation 3 or what, but on the
I got
Xbox,
360,
30-second load
360,
time. Yeah.
Yeah.
My load times were insane.
It's kind of funny
Especially
that week I
during
played it, I was really ill. I had a fever, and every time it went to any load thing, I just lay down on my pillow for a second and go, "Okay, I'm back." I really don't know how long it was because I wasn't paying attention. It's kind of funny, but
Yeah.
good times. It's fun. I give it a 6 out of 10. I wouldn't say it's horrendous, but it's not great. I got it for $20. Did you buy it new?
Me?
Yeah.
I got it. It was the game deal on Amazon, so it was 50% off. So I got it for $30, brand new.
Oh, that's not so
really, really,
No, it's not
Yeah.
bad.
really short after it was released. I knew to be wary of it, and I was right. So, but it was all right.
It's all right.
Worth $30. Yeah.
Definitely. Cool. Oh, anything else, Adam, you want to add?
Not really. I've been me and Potato have been trying to speed run River City Ransom on the NES and the Wii collectively, which is always
Nice.
fun.
Cool.
Game.
Well, I guess I'll mention what I've been playing. You mentioned River City Ransom, but I've been playing Scott Pilgrim, which is kind of the modern day version of that.
Yes.
Been still enjoying that. And I watched the movie for the first time the other day. I really liked the movie. I can see, I know it's got mixed reviews. People either love it or hate it. I actually really liked it. I loved it.
Love it.
But I can see why some people who aren't necessarily gamers would be kind of turned off by it because it's kind of quirky and weird. But
They
I
didn't
definitely
get
I'm in lesbians with it for sure.
yeah.
Nice. Let's see what else. I've been playing a lot of the Pac-Man Championship DX on the Xbox. That's great. I love that a lot as well. Playing. Oh, I whipped out the Sega CD this week. So I played Sega Sonic CD. I played a game called Slam City. I don't know if you guys are familiar with that game. It's Scottie Pippen.
No.
It's
No.
really it's strange. It's a basketball game. It's one-on-one basketball game. It's starring Scottie Pippen. And it's all movie, right? All this. That's how the Sega CDs were back. A lot of the games back then anymore were. And it's really weird because it's like kind of the perspective is like a third person. You're over this guy's shoulder, but you're controlling it, and it's kind of like with Dragon's Lair, where you have to push certain things at certain times. That's a command, and it'll cut to another like video scene of you shooting the ball, and it's super hard. There's 4 discs to it, 4 CDs to this thing.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Wow.
Whipped out some Power Rangers, the game for the Sega CD. Have you ever played that?
I remember it. I never played
it's
it. though.
terrible. It's terrible.
Yeah,
but
terrible.
It's terrible. But no, it's funny because it's what they do is they take the episodes from the like scenes from the show back in the day, and you're supposed to kind of like Dragon's Lair. You're supposed to hit things at certain times, and if not, then things will happen. But it's bad. But I figured what, maybe this game's not as bad. It's been a while since I played it, but yeah, it's not worth checking out. Other than that, Donkey Kong Arcade, I've been playing that a lot, practicing up on my score in that. So, how about you, Pete? What have you been playing?
Well, I'll just say this. Do any of you care about the ending for Castlevania Lords of Shadow at all?
Yes, I do
So
very
just-
much. Thank you.
I just beat it today.
Yeah, I do care very much, so don't want to hear anything about it.
No, I'm just saying though, because
I mean,
the ending, I'm not going to spoil it.
I'm joking,
not gonna spoil
man.
it.
I don't care myself.
Do you guys want to know? Because I'll give a real quick spoiler warning here. I'm only going to say it for like 10 seconds. Are you guys all right with that?
I'm fine with it.
No,
Hit it.
no, don't.
Okay.
You're not allowed to say it. No.
So if you have not,
I'm not- I'm
if
not
you have
okay
not
with that.
beaten, if you don't want to hear a spoiler here for Castlevania Lords of Shadow, the end of the game, just skip ahead seriously like 10 seconds because that's all it's going to take me to say. Okay, here we go. So at the end of the game, it ends up that the next Castlevania is going to take place in modern day New York. It seems. It's not medieval anymore. So-
What?
But is it?
What?
Is it?
That,
Is it going to be
the
more
10
of a
seconds are up.
Castlevania game?
The ending was so obscure, it came out of nowhere. Now the
Oh.
spoiler period is over, so people, you can listen now. But the ending was so obscure, I was like, "What?" I totally didn't see. I thought I had an idea what was going to happen, and one of my predictions did become true. It was kind of obvious throughout the whole game, but then the true ending, it's like, "Whoa,
That's crazy.
they're really taking
Wow.
the series in a different direction."
No,
So-
no. We don't need a reboot. God.
It's totally a reboot. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, I bet it is. I bet
But
it
my
is.
final verdict on the game is it was excellent. Actually, I really enjoyed it, despite those couple of times where I was really aggravated with it. It was a long game, man. That was like a 20-hour game for me. That's pretty long for an adventure game like that. It was starting to wear thin after a while. I was kind of hoping it would come to an end soon, because I just really wanted to finish it. I was having fun with it, but I didn't want to give up on it. But overall, yeah, if you like action games like this, it's a direct rip-off of God of War. And some of the boss battles are, oh my god, rip-offs of Shadow of the Colossus, especially the second to last boss battle in the game. And the other one that's just like another Colossus battle, really. They couldn't be more... They totally ripped off Shadow. But anyway, that was a good game. I also played... I was doing a live stream with Jason, and I played some Ridge Racer 6, and unfortunately, due to a stupid error in the game where it was telling me that I didn't have some kind of car downloaded that I downloaded years ago, like it lost the save file for that. In the process of trying to recover or trying to figure out the problem, how to get my save data to load, I deleted my Ridge Racer 6 save file, which was about 110 hours worth of progress. I 100% completed the game. I had everything, and it's gone. So unfortunately, yeah, it's probably the last time I'm ever going to play Ridge Racer 6. It was kind of a spur of the moment thing just to play for the fun of it because Jason just got the game for $7. Still a great game, so we played some of that online. Then we jumped onto Sonic. Well, actually, no, after we played Hydro Thunder. And then afterwards, after Jason left, we played some Sonic and Sega All-Stars Racing, which is an unbelievably good kart racer, especially online. People still play it online, so if you're hesitant about buying the game, buy it. People still play online. I still play online every once in a while. It's a great game. I think it's the best kart racer since Mario Kart 64, I'd go as far to say, because, well, no, maybe Mario Kart Super Circuit or Mario Kart DS. I think it's better than the Wii and GameCube iterations of Mario Kart, actually. It's really good. I also started up Castlevania Circle of the Moon on the Game Boy Advance, as I mentioned earlier, which it's okay. I heard that the other two are better, especially Aria of Sorrow. What else? I've played more 9 Hours, 9 Doors, 9 Persons, whatever order that title's supposed to go in. I'm getting further along in the game. I'm on... I don't know. I can't even tell you where I'm at because people, when you play through that game, it goes in different orders, so there's really no set way to say, okay, I'm at this point in the game. But I'm really enjoying that. I want to try and beat that to possibly get it in my top 10 games of 2010. What the hell else have I played? That's all that... Oh, how can I forget? Jason and I also, it's like everything I do is with Jason these days.
Word.
He's trying to get back to the whale.
He's trying to go back to the whale, yeah.
Exactly.
We played the OnLive system. I got mine in the mail. You guys, I'm sure everybody remembers we were talking about that a couple episodes ago. Gamester also mentioned it, where it's the system that streams games right to your TV. And I got the micro console because it was on sale for only $66, which was I couldn't pass that up. I had to get that for that price just to try it out. And we played some, real briefly, Unreal Tournament 3 and some game called Mad Balls. And overall, we were pretty disappointed with it because it was kind of laggy and the graphics were pretty pixelated. It definitely was not crisp and clean like if you were playing a console disc version. But I did play the demo for Darksiders, and it lets you play a half an hour trial of all the games, and I tried that out, and I really enjoyed that. I definitely want to pick up a copy of Darksiders. Great adventure game. And I think from here, I'll pass the torch over to Jason.
Yeah, you pretty much nailed it, though. This week's been a lot of fun, actually. We've been doing a lot of live streaming on Justin TV. A lot of people partaking in that fun, too. We played Hydro Thunder with a whole bunch of people. That was a blast.
Yeah, we had
that's it.
People. We were playing with 8 people, and anytime that I stream, I post it on my Facebook and my Twitter. So if you go to justin.tv/Pete'sGameRoom and you follow me on there, anytime I go live, it'll email you. So that's the way to find out when we're streaming. And the people we play with, I stream their voice through the TV, so you hear them as well, not just me.
Yeah, it's a live chat room, live game. It's a lot of fun. And definitely that's the fun thing about Hydro Thunder is up to 8 people, so we can fit a lot of people in there and play. That was definitely a lot of fun. Yeah, Pete, you really nailed it. I went and bought Ridge Racer 6. You recommended that to me. I bought it for $7. What a great deal. It was a lot of fun. Play some more of that. Little techno kitten adventures, good times. And yeah, I know we have some more live streaming coming up that we're going to do, so I'm kind of looking forward to that.
Maids with Balloons, you plan on playing that soon?
Yeah, we're going to stream some.
I've streamed that before, actually.
What we're going to do is I'm going to do a remake. It's going to be called, fat made with balloons.
I love it. The
And there's
deluxe
gonna be-
version.
Very
The deluxe
big
version.
balloons. Yes,
They're gonna have big balloons.
the deluxe edition.
Love
So that's really it for me. You guys been doing a lot of live streaming and hanging out on Xbox Live. Good times.
Cool. Johnny?
I'll just say God of War 3. Thank you. I'm just at the end of the game. How's that for fast?
Where are you in the game, Johnny? Because I'm almost done as well. I
I've
just want to
become
see.
2 levels away from the end. And I'm actually at the end of like 4 games right now. I just need to
Yeah.
kind of finish them off. So
I'm at the point where I just got Pandora and exited that huge maze thing.
I'm in
yeah,
some
I'm
big
sure.
courtyard and I'm trying to put the stairs all in certain orders to get a little water
Oh,
into little sections.
oh, you got some time still.
Oh, do I? I thought I
Yeah.
looked in line. I had 2 more sections, 2 chapters to go.
I know where you're at. Like, yeah, you have to like you get those things you have to push around those stairs and you have, that's confusing. Yeah, you still
That's
got some time
confusing the
because
shit out of
there's
me
a
right now.
you haven't hit the labyrinth yet, dude, and the labyrinth scene part is crazy.
Oh God,
So,
I hate
yeah.
stuff like that in games.
Yeah.
I like having fun. I don't like puzzles a lot. They kind of drive me
Yeah.
bananas at times. But no, anyways, that's it for me. Yeah, not much.
You got stuck on the Aphrodite part though, huh? I knew you were watching that probably like 5 or 6 times.
You know what? I was sitting with a girlfriend and we kept doing it. The first time I did it perfectly. After that, it was just like real life. I was sucking.
Yeah.
Totally. All the women were just like going, "Oh, you're terrible." And then, in the
Yeah.
game and stuff. Oh God. Oh, they were like holding their hands up. Jesus. That Johnny guy's at it again. Doesn't
Is
even
it-
know what he's doing.
It's pretty
quite
accurate to real life then.
Very
Pretty accurate.
demasculating for me. Yeah. It's
I think that
horrible.
might be a good segue into the Love Talk.
Yeah, let's answer a question for Love Talk.
It's time for Love Talk with Johnny Millennium. How you doing, Johnny? Dr. Love.
I'm fine, Gamester. I'm fine, thank you.
This is questions from Glick 2003. Here's a serious question, Johnny. Are you ready for the serious question?
I'm always ready, Gamester 81.
Do you think sexuality has any place in gaming? The Japanese seem to have an entire genre devoted to erotic games, but whenever sex appears in North America, games like GTA, for example, it seems to stir a huge controversy. So what do you think? Could sex in games be strictly a taboo? Or does sex have to place in gaming if it's handled correctly? What are your thoughts, Johnny?
Interesting. Now, weren't we talking about a long time ago all those Atari games, like was it Custard's Revenge and things like that?
Beat 'em and eat 'em.
Yo, beat 'em and eat 'em. There's a classic thing. But I'm not gonna. I'm gonna answer this, but I'm gonna put it to these guys as well. But my personal thing is that I think there should be there's games for everybody. Like there's Barbie's Adventure, for crying out loud. There's games like God of War where you're pounding people's faces into the ground with your fists. I think there should be. I think there should be sexually related games. Now, would I actually go and buy them? I don't know. I probably would if they were funny. I'd be probably like, I think some of the ones that I'm always entertained by checking them out is some of the things I see on YouTube for some of these Japanese games where you're like, you fondle girls' boobs with like, I don't know, a Wii remote or whatever. I think that stuff is hilarious. I laugh at it, but I don't think I could ever take it too seriously. So as a humorous thing, I think it could be kind of fun, but I think anything kind of like, I don't know. Like, what do you guys think about that? Adam, what do you think about sexual video games? What do you think about this?
Well, if they're classy about it, I more than welcome it. Like, I don't know, I was kind of against the naked pictures of Jen in the Splatterhouse game because she's a photographer. Why would she take pictures of herself, let alone naked?
She had a hell of an ego?
Maybe. It offered nothing to the game. So that right
agree with
there,
you.
that kind of sucks. If you're playing a game, that has absolutely nothing to do with sex, like let's say Resident Evil 4, and you walk to like a point near water, then all of a sudden Ashley gets violated by an octopus. No, not cool. But if you have a game where the
I
whole
don't know.
premise,
I think I could enjoy that myself, but that's just me.
but I mean, if the premise was like hook up with a girl and then have a relationship and do that stuff, yeah, just be classy about it, be straightforward with it, and that would be fine. Don't hide it in other games.
It's so hard no pun intended. It's
Yeah,
just
it
such
is.
a tough subject because you can say that, I'd love to see sex in a video game or something like that, but it's really how they handle it, and that it could get really fucked up or really humorous or really too serious. I don't know. John? What do you think?
Well, I think, for example, like a game that comes to mind is Heavy Rain, and there's nudity in that game, but I think it's done like not so blatantly, so I think that's okay. But as Adam was saying, if it's just like straight up like, let's just get some boobs in this game because we know game guys are playing this just for random, that's stupid, you know?
Yeah.
So
So wait a sec. What are you saying? You're against maids with balloons? Is what you're saying?
only if I can see their balloons. That's the thing. I want to see their
Oh,
balloons. I
yeah.
don't, you know, yeah.
Pete Dorr, what do you think of sexual themes in a video game?
I really don't have too much of a problem with them as long as, you know, parents aren't buying these things for their kids and they're paying attention to the ratings on the boxes, then hell. It's just like any other piece of entertainment, just like DVDs, you know, video games can have it as well. TV shows, movies, all that stuff. Yep. Video games can have it too. It's just like, it's interesting though, like you said, like in Japan, there's tons of that shit. Like they love it. And over here, it's like you said, a taboo. We don't really, if it comes out, it's like a big deal. Just different, I guess, cultural stuff. That's why we should get someone else on again from Japan to tell us their thoughts on that. Really, that would be interesting to hear about over in Japan.
Their whole take on sex in Japan is different culture. I mean, it's different take on it as well, you know?
It's
Didn't
really fucked
Nintendo,
up.
didn't Nintendo at one point have like its hands on like hotels and stuff, like sex hotels? back in the day?
They started out doing that
Right.
back in the day.
Yeah.
Well, a good example too of
Hentai
another game.
hotels, they're called. Yeah.
Love me a little hentai.
That really plays off of having, you know, sexual content in the game was Bayonetta. Like that game was sexual, but sort of in an indirect way, but it really played into the wackiness and the character of Bayonetta, which is, by the way, one of the coolest characters to come out in the game industry, in my opinion, in a long time. She's like perfect in terms of personality and looks and just, I love that game.
Oh,
I'll agree with that. That was a great game.
yeah. I remember when DOA volleyball came out. It was that was a big deal. Remember how stupid that was? It was like, oh,
You
my
guys
God.
remember BMX XXX or whatever?
Oh, I was just going to say that, dude. I was playing that about a
God.
month ago.
Of course, John would be playing that game.
I was, I have it on the Xbox, and yeah, there's like scenes where, don't you have to unlock it though? The new scenes. I never really got to that far into the game. where
I
actually
don't know.
seen-
I never played it.
But there's like cutscenes where there's actually strippers and stuff, and it's crazy. So, like the character I customize has like tassels on her nipples and stuff. It's weird. So, anyway,
Jason, what do you think?
Well, all I'm going to say is, I come from, when I was a little boy, I was tipping
no.
strippers in Duke 3D. So,
yes.
you know what I mean? Like, I welcome it. Open
Yeah.
arms and down pants. You know what I mean?
it's
all I'm
always
saying,
been there.
look, all I'm saying is that if the Chicks with Balloons game, Made with Balloons, if they were nude,
Yeah.
I think they could sell that thing.
It could be game of the year if they were nude.
They probably wouldn't be able to stock it enough for people. DLC, their servers would be crashing. They couldn't get it uploaded fast enough. No, but to answer it truthfully, I agree with all of you guys. If you do it in a tasteful way, I think that there's a place for it. And when you do, there's two different types. There's like the cheesy, funny, stupid, and then there's the games where it actually kind of has a role in the game that adds a certain element and depth to it, like you were talking about. So I think it's two different spectrums. You know what I mean? You
So what
gotta
do you
go
think,
one way or another.
Jason? What do you think? So like Mario having sex with Sonic, would that be unacceptable? Would that be inappropriate?
Well, Sonic could be done like that.
Super quick.
Over.
But Mario on Peach, now
Yeah.
that's a combination we've been wanting to see for a while.
Yep. Bring
All
it
of
out,
us.
Nintendo.
Yeah.
You probably whip out the
But
plunger
how
and
about
stuff.
this? How about this? Peach and Daisy. Now we've been wanting to see that a long time. Long
Hey, how
time.
about Mario and Toad? Yeah? Yeah? I'm alone.
You always knew there was some individuals for those two.
Mario and Yoshi?
Yeah.
Am I the only
Yeah.
one?
Well, you always kind of think, because I think there's been stuff going on there for years.
He's been writing Yoshi for a while. You think
Long
there's
time.
Yeah, it's true.
Long time.
and that tongue, Yoshi has his tongue. I mean, it's dude.
John, I don't understand what do you mean with the tongue. What do you mean by that?
It's Yoshi.
Yoshi's tongue.
Yeah. What are you meaning though? Like, what's that? some sexual references?
Just imagine what you could do to
I'm
Mario.
just fucking it. I don't know.
You can wrap his tongue around whole enemies. Imagine
Yeah. I want to hear more details about this, please. Yeah.
his tongue is so long.
So that is our answer to this week's
Yes.
love questions. So keep them coming into the forums, and I'll keep answering them. Welcome to another episode of Gaming Piece Theater with Gamester81. Gamester, what piece of gaming history are you going to share with us today?
Today in Gaming Piece Theater, guys, we have a question by a couple of YouTubers or people in the forums. And again, continue asking questions on the PeteGamersForum.com. We will go around to them. It's love talk questions, Gaming Piece Theater questions, general questions for all of us. And audio questions. Get those audio questions sent in too. I just want to add that in here as well. But guy named Cousin Dave and Why Retro Gamer, they asked the same question. They want to know more about the Virtual Boy. And Pete, I was hoping maybe you could help me with this because I know Virtual Boy is one of your favorite consoles, correct?
Yes.
So the Virtual Boy came out in 1995 and didn't sell very well. Actually, a year later, it was off the market. And there's a couple reasons to that. It was, first of all, the LED was all red. And the reason they did this, well, first of all, it was a 3D system, right? And I thought the 3D graphics really turned out really well overall. It works off of, I'm not sure quite how it works. Like, is it mirrors or something? I don't know. But really cool system. Only 14 games were released in North America. I know, Pete, you have all of those, right?
No, I'm still short on one. I was actually bidding on it today, but I went up a little too high anyway. The last one I need for the American library is Tetris 3D. Once I have that, I'll have all the American games, and then the unbelievable task and decision of if I will ever go for all the Japanese titles, which I might have mentioned it before, would cost thousands, which is definitely something that won't happen for years.
And there's 22 Japanese titles of that, so not a very huge gaming library. And even though there's only a few titles, some of them are worth quite a few. Pete, top of your head, what's the most rare Virtual Boy game?
Virtual Bowling, which is, it generally sells for I think one sold on eBay not too long ago. I could be wrong, but it usually sells around anywhere from $7,000 to $1,000.
Wow.
700
There you
to
go.
1,000.
Crazy.
Yeah.
So only 800,000 of these systems were actually shipped worldwide. So today it is a collector's item because of the whole buzz about the 3DS coming out. There is a market for it. So if you do have a Virtual Boy, hold on to it. It is a really cool. The thing I don't like about it, guys, is I don't like the controller. The controller's kind of weird. It looks like it's shaped like an M, and there's two directional pads. Okay, which is weird. There's a
The strange thing about the directional pads is, I could be wrong on this, but I think there's only one US release title that uses both D-pads, which was Tower Boxer. No other games from one of
Red Alert does too as well.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, Red Alert too, I think. Yeah, but that was it.
So that was it.
So-
That was it. So kind of awkward. There's actually, it runs up to 6 AA batteries, and those actually plug in the back of the controller. And it was awkward, really awkward playing the unit because there's these eye blinder things that you have to, put your head into. So there's a stand for it, but you almost have to position in a way where either you're sitting upright, or maybe like what I like to do, and PE do the same, is lay in your bed and just,
With the
face
lights
up and-
off.
with the
Yeah.
lights off, right? So it's only in red, and the reason they did red is because it was cost effective to do that way. They did do a couple. I guess they did try doing full color. However, it was because there's two screens. It was blurry, and there's only two pictures. They really couldn't get it quite to work. It retailed for $180 back in the day. And it was really during the point where Nintendo really pushed the thing through because they wanted to focus more on the Nintendo 64 that was getting ready to be released. The system itself was developed by, I'm probably going to butcher his name. It's Japanese, Gunpei Yokoi. Is that right, Pete? Do you know?
No idea. I don't know Japanese well enough.
He's I don't speak, so if I butcher his name, I apologize for that. But he's the inventor of the Game & Watch. Been with Nintendo for a while. He invented the Game Boy. He invented the Rob the robot. So he made a lot of cool things, and this is one of the things that he created for Nintendo that really didn't sell very well, and because of that, they fired him. Interesting enough, here's a trivia fact: he teamed up with he made Nintendo Donkey Kong Arcade with what's his name? Drawing a blank on the guy's name. Miyamoto. Thank you, Jason, for throwing me the line there. So yeah, they're actually really good friends. Actually, Miyamoto considers this guy a mentor. Sadly,
sorry, John, didn't this guy die?
Yeah, I was going to say, sadly, he died in 1997.
Sorry.
He got into a car accident. Well, he got in a fender bender supposedly, and he was kind of outside of his car in a freeway, and another car hit him and pretty much crushed him in between two cars. Unfortunately,
Unbelievable.
but he went on to help Bandai make the Wonder Swan after he left Nintendo, which is interesting as well. So overall, that's the brief history of the Virtual Boy. Definitely check it out. It does cause some eye strain, some neck problems, depending on how you're positioned playing it. But I think overall, some of the better games, I would say probably Tennis is good. I like a Wario World is a good one. Or
Wario Land, yeah.
Wario Land, thank you, Wario Land. And then Mario Clash is kind of more of a kind of a retro feel to like the classic Mario Brothers, which is interesting. Pete, which ones do you like? Top hand.
Some of my favorites, Mario Tennis, which is really. If you buy a Virtual Boy, you're probably gonna get that with the system anyway. That's one of the best ones. Wario Land is great. Not a lot of people like Red Alarm, but I think that's a really enjoyable game.
I love that game, Pete.
Let's see, Mario Clash is good as well. I basically like everything, but I was never really a fan too much of Teleroboxer. Galactic Pinball was okay. I've just never really been a big pinball person. That's just funky bowling is okay. Panic Bomber, it's a puzzle game based on Bomberman, which basically is like the worst use of 3D on the Virtual Boy. Yeah, and that's about it.
But,
some of my favorites.
So unfortunately, watching videos on YouTube or stuff like that, it doesn't do its justice. So you have to see the thing in live to get the 3D effect because you need both eyes, to do it. So overall, I think it's really cool, kind of a unique console. It was one of the biggest flops Nintendo ever made, unfortunately, but I guess you live and learn, and here they are making the 3DS. So
Definitely a collector's item. If you guys have one, you should hang on to it.
Yep. And the games actually plug into the back of the unit. They're kind of almost like 2 inches wide and 2 inches high. I mean, they're pretty
Yeah,
cool.
it'll look like a square.
Like a square. Yeah. So,
What do you think of what do you think of the Virtual Boy, Adam?
Well, I like it personally. I only have Mario Tennis for it, but it works and it's awesome. So
yeah.
Speaking of works, I was going to say real quick, Virtual Boys break a lot and very often. And the reason is because there's like a slider on the top of the system to kind of put the games into focus, and the contacts inside for both eyepieces are held down by just like some kind of really tacky glue. And, over time, that stuff ain't going to hold up after all these years. So, I have 3 Virtual Boy headsets mainly because one breaks, I buy another. One breaks, I buy another. And the third one I have now is on its way. The games will start glitching out. There's ways to fix it. Basically, you have to take apart the Virtual Boy, put it in the oven, and bake it. I think I mentioned this on the last episode. I don't know, but
yeah, you mentioned it before. Yeah, it's interesting.
There's ways to fix it, but yeah, they break a lot. Just to let you know.
Now, there's a port in the back of the console. Initially, they were going to have you can do 2-player. They were going to have kind of like some of the old Game Boys, right?
It's like a link cable.
Kind of a link, right? None of the games are 2-player compatible. It didn't last long enough where they actually were able to do that. But it'd be cool to play. Awesome. It'd be cool to play tennis, like 2-player tennis.
Oh hell yeah!
But hey, that is what
the
it is.
cable actually never even went into production. They didn't even make it.
No, it didn't even make it into production.
Didn't even get that far.
Didn't even get that far.
Hey guys, I just want to actually mention as well that we actually have a contest on the All Gen Gamers Facebook page. And so what we would love it for you guys to do is to make a video saying maybe what your favorite episode is or why you actually like the All Gen Gamers podcast and actually put it on the Facebook page. Now, the cool thing is that we actually are giving away a prize for this, and it's a pretty good prize. I'm actually kind of excited for it. I might actually keep it. I don't know if we actually want to send it because it's actually a cool prize, and it's actually donated by Pete, and it is Endless Ocean. Is it Endless Ocean 2?
Endless Ocean Blue World.
Blue World. There's only one Endless Ocean, am I correct? Or is there a couple? There's 2, isn't there?
This is technically the sequel. There were Ever Blue 1 and 2 as well on the PS2, I believe, but I never played those. But this is technically Endless Ocean 2. Or 4 if you really want to be that technical.
Oh, okay, we'll get technical. It's kind of number 4, but it's actually number 2. But so what we're gonna do anyways is we're all gonna sign it and send it to the next guy. So Pete's gonna sign it. He's gonna send it to me and Rob. We're gonna sign it, and we're gonna send it back to Jason and John. They're gonna sign it. And what we're gonna do is pick a video. And I gotta say right off the bat is that all the videos right now are awesome. And thank you so much, everybody, for sending them in. It's just so amazing to watch some of them. but we are going to have to pick one, and that's going to be hard. We're going to actually have to figure this out, and we're going to announce it on the next episode, who we think is actually going to get this copy of the game. So definitely stay tuned for the next episode, but you still have time. Definitely put a video response on the All Gen Gamers Facebook page, not on any of the personal accounts.
Thank you guys. This is episode 26. This is the wrap up. We all appreciate you guys listening and tuning in. Adam, awesome having you on the show, bro.
All right, thanks so much for having me.
And real quick, plug your YouTube channel real quick. Just remind us.
It's Red South City on YouTube. RADSOUTHCITY. Pretty simple. Just look up Red South City, or you can even search for Adam Agro, ADAMAGRO, and you'll find me.
Cool.
And the
Thank you.
Glitch Busters, baby, right there.
Glitchbusters.
Glitchbusters.
Hell
Potato.
yeah. Great show.
And
Nice
Spike
job.
Satin. Let's not forget those guys. Absolutely not.
Spike Satter, yes.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
All
So definitely
guys.
check out Red South City on YouTube.
Thanks
Thank
for
you.
listening, guys.
See you next week.
Awesome.
Take care.
See you guys.
Yeah.
See ya.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Bye, Pete. Bye.
Bye.